podcast. Can't shoot you the shit. Gringo flaco con el guatón culiado. What way your podcast? What way your podcast?
So, hello everybody, and welcome to a new episode of What Wea Podcast, the first podcast that's totally in English here in Chile. I'm right here with my friend Chris. How the fuck are you today, Chris?
I'm doing all right, Cesar. How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm doing okay. And we have a guest today. For a long time, we haven't been able to have guests other than Lester, but people told me that they're pretty sick of Lester already, so we got a new one. No, it's bullshit, though. Lester, everybody loves Lester.
Everybody loves Lester.
So, why don't you introduce our guest, Chris? Because you know him a lot more than I do. You know him in person, right?
Yes. Well, here we have the internet sensation, the creator of Zorrone que Hablan, also Escuelas de Zorrone, right here, él con nosotros, with Pancho Germain.
Pancho Germain, hey, round. I want to applaud now, but I can't because I have a fucking thing on my arm. But I'm trying to give a round of applause.
I'm honored by this invitation.
Honored? Why are you honored? It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal.
No, because you're also. It's understandable that you say that because you're also very critique with your own videos, your own podcast. But
yeah.
No,
you have to be, right?
I'm honored because, for you see the flaw, the existent flaw in everything, and it's cool. It's a good thing. So I thought, he probably will think that I'm an asshole, and probably everything I do is shit. No, but
probably, yeah.
Yeah, but we can also speak and share a good moment, even though you think that.
Yeah. Well, I've only seen el Escuela de Zorrones is what I saw. That one was fucking awesome. That was from Otro Foco. I remember.
Yeah, that's old as fuck.
But that's pretty much all I've seen of you, man. Sorry.
It's
honest.
okay then.
I haven't. Vi un video donde estaba ahí con este guapo.
Yeah, I have a lot more, and I think there are many videos that are better, not as successful as Escuelas Zorrones or Zorrones que Hablan in terms of mass media, in terms of viral, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah. I think maybe thinking about the way you analyze movies and acting and script, you will find some other videos that I made a lot better because are a little bit more profound or more acid.
Yeah. So what happened? Otro Foco? What did you create that?
No.
Or is it?
No.
Okay.
I was an employee from Otro Foco. I was like their bitch.
All right.
Word of the day. No, just
word of the day.
Wait.
Okay.
It was my first real job. I was. I had a contract there, and I was the scriptwriter, and I had to act too because my former boss didn't know that I was an actor, and I am.
Yeah, I knew that, but
yeah.
I thought that you had created Otro Foco. I thought it was all your idea.
No. I had a boss that he was in ingeniero civil engineer, and he cared about money, and he wanted to be rich, so like that.
Of course.
And he was already kind of rich, but he wanted to be richer.
Yeah, they always want some more.
Yes, and Otro Foco was meant to be this miscellaneous platform with a lot of content in documentary and experimental, but it came that comedy was the most successful videos, just comedy.
Yeah.
And then they all focused everything to comedy, but then after the success of Escuela de Zorrones, that it was the first viral, everything went to shit. Everything went to shit, and all the fights started, and bullying and something like that, and the group messed up, and then I quit.
Okay.
Because it wasn't going anywhere, and then I created Faramaya. Faramaya is my channel.
Okay.
So
Otro Foco basically what you had ego problems then I guess, right?
Yeah.
People fighting on what to do next.
Yeah.
And let's make some money off these internet kids.
Yes, and also the boss didn't like me to give interviews. He didn't like it because all the people will think, and that really happened. All the people will think that autofocus was mine, and he didn't like
Yeah.
it because he said
I
at some
totally
point
thought it
that
was yours.
I thought the same thing. I was he has Otrofoco and Faramaya.
Yeah,
I thought both
and
were
that
yours.
was a lie. And he was kind of an asshole. It's not like a villain, but sometimes he was a little bit like.
Yeah, of
villainy.
course, he must have hated it.
Sometimes.
I got the semi-douchebag.
Yeah, sometimes. I told him, I asked him, why are you saying this if I'm not saying that I'm the creator of Autofoco? I'm not telling everyone that because that would be a lie.
Okay,
but
so
why are you
then.
lying? Why are you saying that I'm just an actor that you hired and you gave him the opportunity? Which is true, but why are you saying that you're the creator of everything if you're not? I mean, of the scripts, the ideas.
A little bit of dish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's kind of hard for those type of platforms to work, kind of like Walkie Talkie and like Otrofoco maybe, that I've noticed that they all kind of have the same problems at first. It's like all fun and games, and then I created this, and no, you owe me that, and this is mine, and this is yours. I think it even happens in comedy, I guess, Chris. Like, do you think like communities are just destined to fail when it comes to like these type of products? Like, honestly, though.
I don't know, like, what happened with, like, Club de la Comedia, or like...
Right.
It's such a tough thing, because, like, every shot that you take, you don't know if it's going to work or not. And then it's like, this could be something that people associate with, or it could be, like, a complete miss. It's like the range of what can work and what doesn't work is, like, really wide. So, like, as soon as there's a few misses... I don't know. I'm assuming like with music, I'm like as soon as you have a couple misses, then you start pointing fingers, and then it's like, well, who is responsible for the hits then? And it just seems like shit goes bad.
So do you think it's destined to fail then?
Is it destined? It's destined to work for like a year and a half. Like
Yeah, it's destined to die eventually then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, by the way, Walkie Talkie it's like the example of it's a real exception of what you're saying, Cesar, because I could say that Walkie Talkie was really successful on some point, but with a really unfair strategy in terms of the because Walkie Talkie at some point had really big clients like Coca-Cola, like
I remember
other clients with. I know how much they pay them, and it's a lot of money. I won't say it, but it's a lot of money. But the thing is, they kept paying the same money to the actors, the same money.
Yeah.
So no matter if you're hired by Apple or Amazon, the actors were paying that same amount of money. So so in that way, it worked for them. But then. Like, did you know that somebody stole from them? They got robbed.
I heard something like that, and I also heard a lot of people saying it was bullshit.
Really?
But, I mean, I don't know, but I remember that like word around the campfire was that it was all bullshit.
Oh.
But I don't know, man. To be honest, I couldn't say lying fucks. I don't know.
I saw a video that was like the head of Walkie Talkie his name was Christian. I guess if I don't know if he's still the guy, but Christian, yeah. And he was like showing a big hole in the wall, and he was like, they stole 17 monitors, 10 cameras, all the our arcade. They had like an arcade machine. They stole that too. Like they got totally fucked.
I remember reading like on Twitter or somewhere, like I don't know, some random guy that supposedly worked for Walkie Talkie for like years. They never paid him. And then allegedly, like they had to pay back some money, so they faked a robbery or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
I don't believe they could do that. But hey, you never know, right?
You never know.
This is a fucking fucked up country we live in.
You never know, but it would make sense because I knew that it was already a bad year for them.
Yeah.
So it was a knockout punch because I used to work with some of the guys, some of the actors, Nicolas Perez. Some of the actors, it's kind of famous. I mean, and they really pay them shit. It's a shitty salary. And
That sucks, man.
yeah, but the guy he never says no. It's because it's work, it's money that I don't have, so I say yes. I keep saying yes. And the guy told me when the robbery happened that it was already a bad year for them, so this was shit. So if it was a legit robbery, it's shitty as fuck. But if it wasn't, it was a good move because
it was a pretty smart move.
Yes, because you can pay an insurance for all that.
Totally, yeah. But so does Woogie Doggy still exist?
Yes.
Like, I haven't heard from them in years.
Yeah.
I check in every month and a half to be like, what's going on with Walkie Talkie? And it's not much, but they did put up a video that was 42 phrases of the quarantena.
Yes.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still 42 phrases?
See?
Yeah, right. They milk that cow.
They milk that cow. Yeah. Yo, that could be the word of the day.
Word of the day, listen up. Word of the day, that's nuts.
Milking the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, they are in TikTok now.
Oh, really? I should get into fucking TikTok, but I just don't know what to do.
You just download the fucking application. No, the thing.
No, totally. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do on TikTok. Like, what kind of content would I put up on TikTok? You know, I'm not gonna fucking dance.
No, don't.
No, I know that much.
I have TikTok, and my first rule is that, and only rule, is that everything I post, I have to do it in 1 minute at top, max.
Okay.
The thing is, I won't lose my time on TikTok. So just a minute for video, because really it's like a waste of time. It's just dancing and messing around, and for me it's like un culto a la idiotez. Not being an arrogant, not everything of that. Because the thing is, you keep looking in TikTok, 80% will be bullshit. I mean, un culto a la idiotez. So I have it because I work with brands, and
obviously times are changing,
publicity. Bro. Yeah, I have like less than 5,000 followers, so it's nothing, pure shit. But the thing is, I have it, and sometimes what I do is I do this thing in 1 minute. The thing that, for example, ¿cuál va a ser tu suerte esta semana? Y te dice, por ejemplo, va a encontrar plata en la calle. So I say that's bullshit because I can't go out. So end of the joke. Ready, post. Anything.
Yeah.
Not funny at all, but the good thing of TikTok that you don't have to be funny. You don't need to be funny.
I have it, I just don't know. And just like as you were saying, like I'll scroll down and it's just fucking stupid ass random shit, man.
Yes.
Like I just really don't understand it. I guess I'm too old for it.
Yes, no, it's random shit. It's random shit.
Yeah. It's random ass shit, man.
That's what I was like. If Instagram is like a step below in like production value and like quality from YouTube, it's like TikTok's like 3 steps below Instagram.
Yes. And but also what you can do, but also what you can do is upload pieces, because TikTok allows just 1 minute or 1 minute 2 seconds, and it's common. Also I do that. For example, a minute of my videos, and that's it.
Yeah. I think a minute works. I don't know. I just I remember that when Instagram was like a thing, I remember also a lot of people saying like, Instagram's for fucking idiots, you know? Like, I hate Instagram, fucking idiots there. But I don't know, maybe it happens with everything.
Yes.
But I don't know, just TikTok just sounds just so dumb. It is so dumb. I remember what happened with Vine. Isn't this like the same thing as Vine?
It's a Chinese Vine.
It's the Chinese Vine.
It's similar. It's similar, but Vine, I think that Vine had a little bit more creativity involved, because it was really difficult to make a good thing out of 6 seconds.
Yeah, I remember the first ever Vine that I saw. It was like some kids that were walking like down the street, and then they would flip over and they would grab a hold of like a stop sign or something, and then they would show like cars going down. It was something like really creatively done.
Yeah.
Do you know? It was like sort of like the world suddenly shifted, and then they were like, just in 6 seconds. It was pretty good.
Do you know Rudy Mancuso?
No.
That guy started in Vine. He's good. He's really creative. He's a musician, Brazilian, and he has like, I don't know, in Instagram, has like 10 million followers. He's good. He's creative.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's creative. He uses race as a real, because he's Latin, So he really used race as a critique. For example, he created Steve Trabajo. Steve Trabajo,
Okay.
the creator.
Steve Trabajo.
Steve
Okay.
Jobs.
Steve Trabajo, the creator of Pineapple. And he says,
Okay, all right.
Oh, nice.
and he says like, with an accent, he says like, I'm Steve Trabajo. I'm a creator of Pineapple. Pineapple is like apple, just a little bit shittier.
Yeah.
And if, for example,
get
he says like, if Apple has Siri, Pineapple has Maria. Maria is like Siri.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But-
okay.
but-
I was trying to. I was like, "What? I don't get it yet." And then, yeah, okay, I got it.
It's like Maria, and it's like a nanny. It's like a nanny, but with an attitude. For example, hey,
Yeah.
he's driving and, hey Maria, tell me what is the closest Starbucks. And Maria says, why don't you Google it, you lazy fuck?
And it's this big fucking nanny. I love it.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Sorry.
Rudy Mancuso, he's good. He's really good.
Mancuso.
He's
Okay,
a
I might look him up.
But you have to
Rudy Mancuso.
you have to search for the like. He has like sketches and also a lot of music because he's a pianist. But he's good.
Yeah.
He's good, and he started with
Yeah,
Vine.
I actually found him here. Rudy Mancuso. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
funny.
That was my faggot comment. So we were going to talk about something today, Chris. I remember you telling me that you had something that you wanted to touch on today with our guest.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, well, just because Pancho Canane, in watching a lot of like Chilean content over the past couple of years and like studying it and all that, I seem like your videos more than anybody have like ventured into making kind of like incorporating gringo humor into Chile. And in a way, it's kind of in Zorrone que hablan, and like the way it's a false documentary. I feel like the mockumentary like is very much that's like a gringo genre.
Yeah,
So
it's really gringo.
Yeah. And so you took the mockumentary and you made it into Chile. I guess sort of your thoughts on like comparing Chilean humor, or what do you think is sort of like Latino humor compared to gringo humor, and what do you like? What do you think the strengths are of each? That sounds like a resume question or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a pretty hard question, but hey, he can handle it. He can handle it.
For me, that's a question for me. I wouldn't say that there's not one kind of gringo humor, because you and you have many kinds of humor. You have this like Damas humor, like Jackass, for example. That
sure.
it's like the Un culto a la estupidez también. But
Yeah.
also you have this like Adult Swim, that is the opposite. They're brilliant. You have this Rick and Morty, also this like absurd and really quick humor, or for example
Yeah.
Big Mouth, something like that.
Yeah.
And you're really slick sometimes. And also you have this redneck humor, redneck kind of humor. So if I pick the best of the United States humor, you have like really bright, really smart humor, and I think we as Chileans have a lot to learn about it, because if we compare it to the, like gringo humor, I would say that we have the worst of you. The thing is that our humor tends to be really basic. And
Yeah.
I think at times it does devolve into like being just like, oh, concha tu madre, ay, tú dices concha tu madre, ah, shusha tu madre, ha, ha. Like it does devolve into that sometimes. It seems like, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the more you curse, the more people laugh, and that's weird.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, that's weird. I think now we are kind of evolving in a good way. Of course, evolution always is good, but we're changing in a good way and in a bad way, because now, and Cesar would agree with me probably, now we are really like punishing a lot of topics where you can't you can't even talk about certain things. Like for example, if a gay joke, it's like, are you sure you're gonna say that joke? Are you sure you're gonna like even touch that?
You better be gay yourself.
Yes. For example, that's the only way, because el auto-bullying is the only way you can talk about certain terms. For example, I have OCD, like a real OCD, And I can talk about OCD and depression and suicide impulse and something like that because I already lived that. But if I talk about suicide and kill yourself, something like that, if I'm not like a depressed guy, they will.
That's so fucked up, man.
Yeah, they will fuck me up. They will say, hey, my daddy's suicide, and my daddy, I'm depressed myself. Well,
you gotta fake a suicide attempt, so that'll just open up that avenue.
You gotta
suicide attempt, make sure it gets in the news.
Show your arms like this and go, look at all this, buddy. I feel ya.
Yeah.
You know what happens to me? Most of those people, I believe it's bullshit. They're like, oh, my dad tried to kill. Yeah, fuck you. I bet he didn't. You know, I bet you're bull. Yeah, fuck. He should have killed himself.
For example, in United States, I think that, I don't know if because they are more evolved intellectually or the opposite, I don't know, but they are really cool about that because they understand it's a joke. It's a joke, I don't think.
I still think like PC culture and all that, like that sensitivity is still, I mean, it originated in some ways from the United States. You know, like...
Fucking gringos again. You fucking guys guilty again.
It's not like anybody's particular, I don't like point the finger at anybody. It's just like, it seemed to happen while Obama, I'm not saying about anybody's particular fault. It's just like that sensitive culture kind of arose during Obama's presidency.
So you're saying that, you fucking racist. Really? Are you going to be that much of a fucking racist? No, okay.
God, I'm trying. It's
just too hard. Yeah, you can't say anything then.
And then like that group of a certain group of people became very empowered, and that like, well, you can't say this, you can't say this. You know, people can't speak at universities. You know, if they disagree with what a group of people in the university thinks.
Yeah, that's so weird, man.
No,
and
then something awful started even in the United States when, for example, people started to blame some comedians for their past. For example, what happened with
man, there's so many. It's happened recently.
Yeah, what happened with Kevin Hart about his like homophobic comments.
It's like a tweet from like 10 years ago.
Yes, that happened, and they are like they need to apologize for something that happened 10 years ago, and it was a joke. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't harassing someone like. It was a joke.
He was fucking around in his Twitter account.
Yeah.
He was like, how many people are like, you know what? I'm going to go through Kevin Hart's tweets from 10 years ago. And
I know.
Oh. And it's like, that just ruined my day that he made that tweet 10 years ago. Like,
yeah.
How many people, really? Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too, you know? Like, who the fuck has the time on their hands to be like, yeah, I'm going to go search this Twitter account. Let's see what's going on 10 years ago from today. You know, whoopsie. Look here, it says he's a faggot. You know, like, I just really don't understand, man.
Yeah, it happens.
Those are some bored people. Those are
Yes.
some pretty bored people, man.
But that culture seeped its way into Chile. I feel like it really did originate from the United States.
Yeah, but I think in Chile it's worse. I mean, you're still allowed to say some things that are not allowed here.
Yeah. I've heard, like, even here in Chile, people saying, like, straight white male. Like, we're not fucking white, buddy. Like,
We are not.
You know, I've heard a lot of people, and women especially, you know, like, you just say that because you're a straight white male. Yeah, you just copy-pasted that from the States, you know, bitch. You know? It's like, it just makes no sense. Like, how are we going to be white, you know? Like, we're not white at all.
We're not white at all. There are black people that are whiter than us.
Totally. You know, like we're a mixture of races. You know, we're a byproduct of rape, and they're calling us fucking white males.
And in my eyes, you're all Luis Pinto.
We're all just a bunch of Luis Pintos right here.
I'm just kidding.
God.
For example,
Yeah, no, I don't.
I remember when I realized. I mean, I didn't know that it was like. I don't know. You could say it later. That you can tell us, Chris, how like grave, how grave está la cosa ya. But I remember like it was like 10 years ago or more. When was the final years of George Bush?
He ended in 2007, 2008.
Yeah, I remember when a guy like this, like Jimmy Kimmel, it wasn't Jimmy Kimmel, but someone like that, he said he was interviewing Jet Li, the martial artist.
Yeah, Jet Li.
Yeah, Jet Li, and he said, like, he asked Jet Li, do you hate us in China? Do you hate us because don't bother. You don't have to judge us because of George Bush. He's a retard. He said that.
Okay.
He said that live in live TV. He's a retard.
Yeah.
No, that it was one word. Retard was like the start of it. Retard was the start of it, and like around that time,
fucking retard.
And then people say, okay, you can't say retard anymore, and then that sort of started. I feel like that was one of the first pieces that started. The people were like, you know what, you can't say it. Yeah, you absolutely shouldn't say that. And then there was some backlash, and then it became other words.
Yeah.
And then like faggot and what else? I don't know. And then for a while, it's like you couldn't call black people. You had to say African American.
African American. Yeah.
And then people were actually calling Africans African American. Like, and then it's okay, black people's okay now.
Yeah, because African is kind of like even worse, because you're just like bunching them all together. Like, yeah, he's black, must be from Africa.
Yeah.
Isn't that a prejudice?
Yeah,
though? Like to call him African American. You know, what if he was from Cuba or something?
Yeah.
I remember when you were talking about the retard thing on TV. Shit, I remember that I was going to say something about that. Then I forgot. Sorry. No, it'll come back to me.
Yeah, no, but it was really shocking. It was like a guy is calling the president a retard. But like
okay. Now I remember. So there's like this unwritten rule. I think that we talked about this once, Chris, that you can... That, like, for example, you could say that, like, a president is a retard because the president has, like, more money or more power than you, but you can't say that to, like, I don't know, like, poor retards or, like, actual retards. Something like that. Like, isn't there, like, an unwritten rule, like, you can only make fun of, like, the powerful? Como, solo de lo poderoso?
That exists everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can only... It's all about power, right? It's like you don't want to make fun of those who have more power than you.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You're really... You will be considered a real, like, universal asshole if you call, like, a guy with Down syndrome a retard.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No, of course. Of course. That would make me a retard. Yeah. No, I get it. But I don't know. That rule is just weird to me, man. I mean, like, I understand jokes, like, but sometimes they'll bully. Have you ever seen The Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
I guess you have, right?
Going back, that was the Eddie Murphy extravaganza where you played every character in the movie.
Yeah,
like a big black guy in a big fat suit.
Yeah.
No, but there was this there was a part where there was a comedian where he went to
a
show.
I remember
that fucking comedian.
But
that fucking guy was horrible, man. Like he was humiliating.
Yeah, but
that was really funny.
But
it was really funny, but he was humiliating.
Yeah, but that is a common thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty common.
But
at least to me, I don't know if Chris could attest to that.
Hecklers, you can make fun of a comedian picks on somebody in the audience and makes fun of them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah,
about
I saw that.
Right?
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Yeah. Where the guy's like. His face is completely fucked up, and he speaks through like a hole in his...
Do me, I can take it. Do me.
Yeah. And the comedian's like, no holds barred. We're gonna tell jokes about everybody tonight. And the guy looks totally fucked up, and he can't speak. And he's like, do a joke about me.
Oh shit! I gotta see that one then. I haven't seen that one specifically. I do know who Key and Peele is, but I haven't seen that one.
No, that one is brilliant. It's so cruel.
I remember that they were going after, I don't know if it was Jimmy Kimmel or something that was, because he did blackface.
That was God. Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. And then they were talking also about Robert Downey Jr. when he did blackface on Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Which is an awesome fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was just 8 years ago,
Joe Rogan, do you know Joe Rogan?
I listen to his podcast sometimes.
Yeah, he's good. And he had Robert Downey Jr. once, and he asked him, what about Tropic Thunder? You can't do that anymore. And I said, like, why? Why would that be, like, disrespectful? Because it was a comedy. The thing is, I think it wasn't racist at all, because the funny thing was how this Australian actor, that it wasn't portraying an Australian actor, trying to portray A black,
Yeah, a black guy.
Yeah, but
It was shown as being in bad taste. Like it wasn't like. That was
Yeah,
the joke, right?
like
Yeah.
all the actors that were in movies like within Tropic Thunder, they were all like in bad taste. Like they had that one Satan's Alley or something. It was like Tobey Maguire making out with Robert Downey Jr.
yeah.
Then that other guy that was called like Al Pacino, and he made like an energetic drink that was called Ass or something like
Sí,
that.
yeah.
He was all and Ben Affleck's movie, like the one he was famous for, was he was playing a retard. Do you remember that it was like a guy like with pasty white yellow hair that would talk like this? He was like a dumbass.
No, wasn't that?
No,
that
Sean
was
Penn.
DiCaprio. That was DiCaprio.
No, that one was in Tropic Thunder. He was playing something.
Oh, sorry,
like,
sorry. Yeah. I really went off.
I can't remember what.
Ah,
the
Ben
name
Stiller.
of the movie-
Ben Stiller. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. Fuck, I can't remember the name of the fucking character that he plays. Something like Simple Jack. Simple Jack, and he's a retard, right? And yeah, and then they even say, you went full retard. Never go full retard.
Yeah. You never go. You can never go full retard.
Never go full retard.
Never go full retard.
I don't know. To me, like, I think that the fact that you laugh about that kind of shit doesn't mean. I don't know. I just think that people really don't know, like, what to take from laughter. Like, they think that laughter is always going to be a response that has to do with accepting something, when a lot of times it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the fact that you don't accept it is what makes you laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And it doesn't have to like identify you. Like, for example, comedy. Sometimes when you watch a comedy, most of the time comedy makes fun of something tragic. For example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the
something like
time,
that.
yeah.
Like, oh, I don't have a job, and someone could say, oh, is anything funny about him being unemployed? And
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah, and we couldn't laugh about anything. But why would stand up is going so serious? Like, for example,
I think not.
I saw.
I'll tell you
this,
why, because all stand-up artists are pussies. That's why.
Yeah,
Part of the problem I think in Chile is that all the stand-up artists have to appeal to, like, they want to get to Viña, they want to get to Olay, and those audiences, it's like you have to appeal to X person in Chile, like X asshole in Chile who, is or like sort of like the most offended part of Chile. You have to appeal to them too, and and so it leads to everybody having very similar types of jokes.
Yeah.
And because you have to, if you want to be a big comedian or like a big stand-up comedian, you have to be in those festivals. You have to. So you have to have a general sort of humor.
Yeah. So but that's why I think Jorge Alice was so brave when he made this like big thing about the mandala. The last one. Jorge Alice, I think he was really brave because I could count like at least 10 times that he could have been like funado as fucked. Mm-hmm. And he was really brave. And he was like, I said it, so what? What? I said it, so what?
I mean, I fucking hate that guy, but
you said like a 4-letter word in this podcast.
Yeah, but but I think that should be like the stance. Like, you should say, okay, so I said it, so what? A reclamar a la FIFA.
Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him?
Ooh, that's a long story.
Okay.
Bro. It's a story for another occasion.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I mean, I haven't like heard many good things about him, but just about,
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if we speak just about his work, that festival.
No, yeah.
it was
Like if we talk about his work, I mean, I just haven't really seen much of it, so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but yeah, in terms of that routine, it was like so different from other routines that everything was para la galería.
Yeah.
Like when you said, like for example, this last festival, everything was for like people applaud him.
Well, totally.
Yeah, the social
Politicians
commentary
are bad.
outweighed the joke. Like the ratio of social commentaries to jokes was just like way out of whack. Like,
Yeah. Politicians are bad, and then everybody, yeah, we love you. I love gay people, and everybody, yeah. It's weird though. I think I should try being a comedian, man. It would be like pretty easy.
I think you're overestimating how easy.
Yeah,
comedy
maybe.
is. I think
Yeah.
you're
No,
definitely overestimating it.
it's not that
Yeah,
easy.
I think
but
so, yeah.
it's not that easy, but it's getting more difficult with these limitations. It was like, oh fuck. For example, I saw this presentation of Bombo Fica, who is like an old guy but he knows the job. I mean, he has a really good rhythm. And I saw this last presentation, and he was hilarious, but he was like, oh fuck, he's making this effort of taking care about what he's saying. So much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could tell.
But the good thing, the like smart part, that he was making fun of it. For example, I won't say this, something like that, but it was really funny.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I won't say this that I used to say, but, and it was really funny the way he said, like, he was like really pisando huevos, como decimos en Chile.
Yeah.
Well,
Walking on
eggshells. Eggshells, yeah. Oh, that could be a word of the day as well.
That could be another
Yeah.
word of the day. Yeah, walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Word of the day, listen up. Word of the day, that's nuts.
But also, he did it in a funny way. So it was funny how he was like, shit, I'm old and I can't use this kind of humor anymore. And he did it in a funny way.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, oh, you're smart. But also it was like, oh, fuck, I know you're struggling.
Yeah, I bet that's how you guys must see it, right? You're like,
Yeah.
I feel the pain, buddy.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like, oh, shit. Exhausting.
Until he invited the singer on stage, and that just became like the iconic moment of like,
Yeah.
oh god. What does this come to?
Oh, yeah, we're talking about that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember that one. He
and-
brought up like a singer and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
remember
he made fun of that. He made fun of
Yeah.
that. And he invited another singer. He made fun.
Yeah,
And
I
he-
remember now. But you know what, to me, is like the most baffling thing of all is that like all these the shit that you can't say like in public, everybody says it though, like in their real life.
Yeah.
You know, like I would understand if there is like an actual social change or whatever. You know, like if certainly people woke up and said, "Wow, if we say faggot, then we're being homophobic." But everybody says it anyway. It's like everybody's pretending not to do it for some reason, and I don't know why everybody's holding up that charade.
To some extent, I think it's not bad that people do consider like an empathetic perspective as they're laughing, because I think before there was a period of time when it was just like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this joke, and those who are offended, whatever it is, like it's not wrong that we consider how someone could interpret that joke. It's not wrong to have an empathetic perspective. It's also we should still be able to make the joke, right? But
Yeah.
you should still have the empathetic perspective along with that joke. You can laugh with a little bit of guilt.
It's
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can still
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
No, for example, Jorge Alice going back to your enemy,
Yeah.
That guy, he created the first time he had this gig, the first gig he had in Festival de Viña. He created this sound that te cachai?
Yeah.
Because he was really imitating the Chilean audience, the Chilean public. Because he saw that we used to say that. This like, for example, Peruvians are like this. Te cachai?
Yeah.
And
It's
he-
like trying to. It's like taking back what you just said.
Yeah,
sort of.
yeah, and that was pretty smart because he said like, what are you afraid of? Like God will punish you? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
te
it's true,
cachai?
though.
I already said that, but I'm not saying it seriously. I'm not saying it
Yeah.
seriously. Te cachai?
That's why they had that.
Then he made it his like stamp, and now he cannot say a sentence without using it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
That's true.
Yeah, he totally fucking ruined it. Yeah, but it's true though. It's true what Bunch is saying, and I agree. Yeah, because that's like what everybody says. Yeah, apúrate, huevo, no te pego. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. You're just making fun. You're just like letting people know that you're not being serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because we're all pussies. That's fine. Who cares? Somebody gets mad. Who cares?
But also,
So what?
But I would say that maybe that's part of the reason about your success as in Críticas Curiar, because you're the only one left saying.
Everybody expects me to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're all like, yeah, just say it the way it is. You know, and like, yeah, easy for you to say, motherfucker. You're gonna get death threats. You know, but yeah, I think so. I think that there is like a growing audience of people that are sick of like this facade that we're all saying like, we don't make fun of this anymore. We don't laugh about this because everybody does still. You know, they just don't admit it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why it works still, you know, to this day. I don't think it's ever going to stop. I don't think we're ever going to get to that point where, like, yeah, we realize that making fun of this is bad, you know, because funny will always be funny.
Yes. For example, I really disagree with the thing of you remember this whole thing about Apu in The Simpsons?
Yeah, I actually saw that documentary and it was really hard to watch.
Yeah, it was like
God,
but-
it was so
What is
stupid.
this? What is this?
So it's called The Problem with Apu.
Yes.
It's a documentary made by a guy that calls himself a comedian, but like I've never seen him ever being like a comedian. And he was saying like how he hated growing up as an Indian or whatever because of Apu.
Well, there's a really funny modern romance or the Netflix series from Aziz Ansari.
Okay.
Where he has a really good episode. It's called. It's like the third episode of the first season where he's an Indian guy in the United States. And he's trying out for different roles.
Yeah.
And every single role that he's trying out for, they're like, okay, so go ahead and say the scripts. And he says it because he's like grown up in the United States and he obviously looks very Indian, but he says it. And they're like, okay, now say it a little more, kind of native for you.
that's
He's like, why can't I just show myself being myself? He's like,
Yeah.
fuck this, It's brilliant. It's a brilliant point.
that guy is
And I think-
Aziz.
Aziz Ansari.
Aziz
Yeah,
Ansari,
yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
what's his-
but his point, but he's like an actual human being though. The Simpsons are like cartoons.
Yeah.
It's a show, Master of None. That's what it's called, Master of None.
Master of None.
None.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's great because it really it's a very fresh perspective on these sort of like racial issues that doesn't. It's not like, oh, fuck you white people for making jokes about us.
Yeah.
But it shows you his perspective and
Yeah.
him being like, what his parents had to go through as immigrants and how he feels like he had it so easy. And he makes fun of that.
Yeah.
But then also like what he goes through as an Indian guy just on day-to-day life in the United States, and you feel like you walk in his shoes. It's cool.
Yeah, but I agree with that, and it's funny as hell. And I think that guy is really smart. But the thing with Apu, first, it's a cartoon, it's different, and also you could say like, yeah, a guy like Aziz exists, and there's a bunch of them like they don't have an accent, but a guy like Apu also exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Millions of Apus,
They,
like, especially.
yeah, they do have
Totally.
this accent. Do you remember this like Big Bang Theory?
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy Rajesh, he talked like Apu. He talked like Apu, and he was his real accent, by the way. It was a little bit exaggerated, but he was
Yeah.
at some certain like a bunch of interviews that I saw about him. He speaks like Raj, a little bit less, but he speaks like Raj. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, Apu is a little bit like, yeah, it has these stereotypes with Kama Sutra and stuff, and he has like 9 children.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's particularly offensive more than the other characters.
No, not at all.
Like Otto, like Willie.
Yeah. I knew a lot of people
really,
that
really, yeah.
spoke like Apple, man. Like when I lived in the States, I remember that I had like pretty much like a Quickie Mart, sort of. And it was like the same thing. It's like that's why the Simpsons put it in the show, It's not like they made let's make up this offensive shit about Indians, They were it's just trying to be a stereotypical city, That's what it is.
What about the pirate guy? What about the pirate man?
Yeah,
What about the pirate?
and the cops too. Like all the cops.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna complain about that though.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna say like, "Oh, why are the cops so dumb?" No,
Yeah.
everybody's on board with that.
Yeah,
Chief Wiggum's a racist.
yeah. Gorgory is a fat bastard. He's like the most incompetent ever.
Yeah, nobody bitches like, "Oh, policemen shouldn't be portrayed that way." Yeah, nobody cares.
And I think that's a good point about how arbitrary is the complaining about for example, now you can homophobic jokes. It's like the most serious and the N-word jokes, something like that, is the most serious and more ¿cómo se dice? Lo más condenado right now.
Yeah, it's the most condemned thing you can do.
Yeah, but why now? Why that? You could say but you're still living.
I mean, it's understood just because the country is in like a huge period of upheaval still because of the systematic racism that still exists, and people seem to point their fingers at the wrong things. I think,
yeah,
and instead of actually being like, well, these are the laws that we could change that will help people like black people get better schooling and things like that, or just poor people in general to get better schooling. Instead people seem to get really caught up in certain words and things like that. It's It's fucked up.
Yeah, I
it's
think
totally fucked up.
I think it has logic. It's like the metaphor about the broken bones. For example, why Black Lives Matter? You could say that you have this body, which is a society, and all the bones are broken. And you go to the doctor, and the doctor will say like, "Hey, I will fix your arm." Hey, but all my bones are broken. But this is the more serious one, the serious one.
Yeah.
So this is why. That's the metaphor. But also,
That's a really good analogy. Yeah.
yeah, and I agree with that. But in terms of humor, for example, if I was an alcoholic and you say a lot of like alcoholic jokes, I would say like I'm offended. For example, I probably would not, but I would say like I'm offended. So I would say like you stand-up comedian. Why do you get offended because of this? And you're like avoiding saying jokes like about women or like fat people, but you're making fun about alcoholics. The answer is simple. Is because sometimes not sometimes. These times, the current days, you have to make jokes about things that are not offending a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But it's especially trying to get like sponsors too. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my
Really?
god! Especially sponsors in Chile is like it's like there's certain things you really got to be careful about.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't like that. Like that was a little bit offensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
For example, that's even more limited. For example, in a stand-up show, you can make fun about like fat people with con cuidado, being careful.
Yeah.
But in a video for like Pepsi or something like that, no, that's not allowed.
Oh. Really? But I think that both you guys do like pretty. I mean, not like safe in a bad way, but I think it's like pretty like like safe. Like I don't think you guys like offend anybody. Do people get offended by shit that you guys say?
No, I don't.
I remember Chris got shit about his fucking stick there with the Mormons.
Yeah, dude, that was bad. That
He's
was
really
actually
dope.
like I almost got my friend fired from his job.
Oh shit!
Really? That bad?
That bad?
My Mormon buddy, my friend Mason, like he talked along for the video, and he was a good sport about everything, and we had like a lot of fun, like running around Plaza de Armas and telling ridiculous jokes and interrupting preachers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then he said because he works at the embassy, and he said he got taken aside by like 3 or 4 people at his job, and they were like, "You really got to be careful with these videos. Like, really be careful."
Fuck!
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Shit!
I have a strategy for that. For example, I have certain videos where, for example, my character is really like sometimes racist, sexist, but I also, como obligación, I have another character that is like the good one. So
Right.
yeah, for example,
Like in the food one, when we're like they're ordering different meat.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we have penguin meat and all these
yes,
things.
something like that. But for example, in Fascismo Oficina, which is not really fascismo, pero le puse así por otras razones, da lo mismo. The thing is, in Fascismo Oficina, I will send it to you. Probably you will like it. It's like more like black humor. It's really black humor. Because my character is a boss who makes fun about lenguaje inclusivo, gay people, something like that. He's awful. He's awful.
Awesome.
He's awful. But the other character is like the good one. So in that way, I can make clear that the creator is not agreeing with the bad guy.
Yeah.
The creator is critiquing,
Why do you think that?
That video is a lot of fun. That's a great. I was watching that a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
It's a great video.
it's criticizing.
That's a really great point.
But
But why do you think that people don't grasp sarcasm anymore as they used to? Because like before, you wouldn't need like the other guy to say like I'm the good one,
Yeah.
Like, before you would understand. Like there were many horrible characters that you know that he was a piece of shit, right? Because that was his point. Why do you think now that people don't really grasp that anymore?
because our people are getting more sensitive, and also, and I would say with a lot of respect, sometimes stupider, dumber.
Yeah,
No,
a
it's
lot
so
more
true.
dumb. A lot
I
more
just think
fucking.
like people have always been really influential, and it's like those that really like critique and like determine if something is good quality or not, like aren't necessarily the ones like people. The average person that watches something, I think, is a lot more influential than we give like credit for. Like, their opinions can easily be swayed if what they interpret, what they're interpreting isn't necessarily correct of what they're watching.
Yeah.
It's going to be clear for the average Joe, I think.
Yeah. That's why I have this other character, because it's like my insurance. It's like, dude, you didn't understand this. But if I have these two assholes, it's like, hey, for me it was obvious, but I don't have this like proof and I have to explain it. But when I have this other character, there are another people saying, because even with the other character, there are people saying, hey, this is racist. And but the good thing is always another guy, a bunch of guys saying like, hey, you didn't understand the thing, you dumbass. So it's like, okay, this really worked. But it's like, oh shit. Sometimes it sucks.
Do you think it's possible, maybe, like I have a bit of a theory, like I think that many times that when people say like this kind of shit, I think that they're just making it up. Like, to be honest, like, I don't know, like I think people really do understand when it's sarcasm, and they do understand that, you know, that you're making fun of it, but it'll give them more points to act like if they don't. You know, like, I don't know, like, I remember, like, back in my day, like, you could be a punk rocker or a rapper, you know, or, like, a goth or this or that. And I think that now, like, these type of people that kind of see shit everywhere where everybody else does not, in a way, I think that's, like, a new subculture. And I think that people are, like, trying to fit in there.
Yeah.
People have the ability to get social approval, right? On
social
like,
approval,
Facebook.
right? Because, like, maybe he totally understands. He totally knows that that's sarcasm, you know, like the boss that hates faggots and the language and all that. But if he points out that he doesn't, then more points to him, you know, because he's going to be, like, seen as more righteous and more understanding or whatever, you know, when it's not the case. I think. I don't know.
I think
that's a good theory.
It's a subculture. It's a subculture that exists, I think.
It could be a subculture, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you revel in that shit, right? You revel in those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You love finding those assholes.
I love those people, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they make my job easier, you know?
That's a good theory, but the problem is they are noisy. So
True.
They will be noisy. They will like.
Yeah.
For example, I have a good example. I was recording this TV series. It's about the estallido, and it's going well. I mean, it's in the editing process, and we were recording with a big camera and all the stuff. And another person, like two girls that were walking by, the question wasn't like, "Are you recording or is this for a TV?" I swear of God that the first thing that they asked was, "¿Te están funando?" The first
Oh my
thing,
God, really?
The first thing, it was like, are you recording? It's for TV. No, the first thing they assumed I was doing was, ¿están funando?
Oh God, I would have smacked her in the face right there.
So it's like, so it's like the common thing to do right now is to being funando people, gente. Why?
Oh, it's such a yeah. It's the witch hunt, yeah. That's become like almost overshadowed anything else.
Yes, and
totally.
the worst thing is when you're like this funas with the wrong person, and when it's a fake news is awful.
Yeah.
It's like all that energy wasted on that.
Holy shit, yeah. And it's terrible when it turns out like people have killed themselves over that kind of shit.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It happens.
Okay. Yeah. That's some fucking terrible shit right
Wait,
there.
Bacho Carmen, you have not gotten Funao? Okay, alright. I was imagining that something might have happened.
Have you?
Just because this one time when I asked for help for a design, I asked for help for a design, like a new logo for Gringo Modan, which I never ended up using. But like I asked for help. Nobody. All right, I just said if anybody wants to help me, it's a contest, and and I was dumb enough to say I'll pay you 10,000 pesos if you can make me a logo that I choose. And people are like, if you want to get a graphic designer, go get a graphic designer, but don't devalue our work. And they posted up on like graphic design Facebook groups, and people are like, "Who's this guy?" Like,
That's not.
it was like free. It was free press. It was like I was getting free advertising. People were like, "Who is this guy? I'll check him out."
It's
Cool.
not. That's not a funa. That's not a funa.
No, not really. No, they were just
yeah.
like, yeah. I don't think I've ever been funado.
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
Yeah, a real funa is when it's in the media. It's in the media. This guy was funado. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. It's like what happened with El Veno and Sofia
Yeah.
and those guys.
Yes.
They were like on the actual news, like Cooperativas or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, was there.
No, actually, and a real funa is when you, for example, you lose your job, so something like that.
Yeah.
And Beno lose his
Yeah.
job at that time. Lost
Yeah.
his job. Yes. And also this girl like Ignacia Antonia, she was funada for some racist. Ignacia Antonia, you won't know her. It's like a.
I know who
TikTok.
she is. I know she's like a girl that has like 4 million subscribers. She's like 17 years old or something, right?
Yeah, and he has.
She, like, dances and shit.
No, and she has like 12 million followers in TikTok. 12
Oh my
fucking
god!
million.
12 fucking million people! Oh my god! How many people are here in Chile? Not even. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, no, she's famous in Latin America. She's famous in other countries.
Yeah. Oh my
Exactly.
god! 12 million on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like here in Chile, we're only 18 million.
Yeah, and trust
It says
me,
here.
those 12 millions are not half.
Not only from here.
Yeah, not from here. No, not even half. I mean, do you think
That's-
there are 6 million people with TikTok in Chile? No.
No way, right?
So she's like a star, and she was funada. She was really funada. Also,
What did she do? What did she do to deserve a feud?
Feud.
Feud.
No, it was like certain comments about gay people, I think. And he was a little
But she-
bit homophobic. I don't know.
But she's a little girl, though, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
she like? She's like underage still, right?
Yeah. And also this guy, this Max Valenzuela, he was really funny because of sending some packs, and she was threatening her or someone else about publishing their packs.
Oh, like nude pictures and shit. Oh,
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
bad
never
way.
I never got any nude pics from my girlfriends when I was a teenager because fucking cell phones didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
I mean, not
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
You've got like the 320 by 240.
Totally, yeah. Those fucking, yeah. Those,
I remember
Horrible
those
ass
no,
pictures.
those circulated when I was in high school. It
Yeah?
was like, oh, do you know Taylor Petrie? And like the guy was passed. It went through the whole school. It was like you saw like half of her tit.
yeah,
It was,
half
like,
of
in
her tit.
the worst resolution you could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
It was an actual pixel.
But that was a serious thing back the days in United States. Was a serious thing. They made movies about it, like girls committing suicide about it.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that kind of shit. There was one with this chick from Hannah Montana. I can't remember her name. The other one.
Miley
that's famous.
Cyrus. Miley
Yeah,
Cyrus?
no, not Miley Cyrus. The other one, the one that was like her friend.
Oh, God.
I can't
Yeah.
remember her name. There was a movie like about cyberbullying about her too. Also, that she sent like some guy some like ass pictures or something, and then he shared them like with the football team, and then
The football
yeah, she tried to
team.
kill herself or something.
Or that Black Mirror episode. That's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
When the guy's like jerking off, and then he gets these troll faces. that
Oh,
are like,
shut up and
oh,
dance.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's
that-
fucked up.
that
Really
one's
good.
fucked up.
Really good.
Yeah.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, and all the people started to cover the cameras in the computer after that episode.
Yeah,
I saw a lot.
I
People
remember
covering the
that
cameras,
happening
yeah.
also after they saw a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. I remember that Zuckerberg uploaded a picture of himself, like a selfie, and you could tell that he had tape like right on top of the camera. And he was
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
If Mark Zuckerberg's doing it, man, oh god.
Yeah.
yeah. Shut Up and Dance was the name of the episode.
Yeah, Shut Up and Dance, yeah. That one's really good.
Really
Vicious
good.
episode.
The problem with
Yeah.
with Black Mirror is that almost every episode that I watch, I get depressed by.
Yeah, totally. I think that's the point of it. of the
Yeah,
show.
it's like we are
guess-
going down as a society. It's like we're not getting any better.
Yeah, no, not at all, man. Not at all.
The social commentary is pretty strong. Yeah, I don't know. Like, shoot, I'm watching this Japanese movie that was fucking amazing, La Princesa Mononoke, which I really enjoyed. Okay, well, it's like at the end, humans fight with like animals in the forest, and there's like this great message. But at the end of the day, it's very depressing. Like we're destroying the forest in the movie.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's
But-
how those movies are in Studio Ghibli. They all have
God.
like some sort of like kind of not depressing, but like there's this sad undertone to it.
it's like so brilliant. I have to like applaud it for being brilliant, but at the end of the day, it's like I want to sleep well tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Hey, Cesar, how many movies do you watch a day? Per day?
How many movies do I watch a day?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Average.
I don't know. It depends. Like right now I'm watching that show La Jauría, so I'm on episode 6 now. So I think I'm gonna end this and then I'm gonna finish it. The next 2 episodes, and then I'm gonna write it and then shoot it and all that. So I try to like watch a couple of things in a day or two, like at least 2 or 3 movies or TV shows in this case. And then I leave like one day only for writing everything, and then the next day I'll try to shoot everything also. But most of the time I can't do it. Most of the time I have to shoot like one day and then another and then another. Like when I do it all together, like if I shoot 3 different videos at the same day, like you can tell there's some that I'm like kind of fucking sick of it already. You know, so I gotta try to space it out. But yeah, that's basically like how I work for this kind of shit.
And really, like the Jauría is bad, that bad?
I mean, it's bad, but like I've enjoyed it on like how bad it is. Like if you watch it like a comedy, like you're gonna enjoy it. You know, like I've seen shit that is just bad that it kind of pisses you off. You're like, oh, this is so bad. You know, but this is like funny bad.
Yeah.
That for me was Bacan. Like after watching your video, I was like, I'm gonna watch Bacan.
Yeah.
And I was having lunch with my girlfriend, and I was like, let's watch some Bacan episodes. Like, I'm really good.
Yeah.
It's unwatchable.
Yeah.
It's
so like cringy.
hard.
Bacan is unwatchable. Now you can't jump to Bacan from the Jauría to Bacan. I mean, it's in Amazon. It's in Amazon. You have like a little bit better production, but Bacan, it was like meant to be awful.
Yeah, and you had to watch it when you were younger too, like to go back to it. Oh, I remember watching this as a kid, but if you watch it now for the first time ever in your life and you're 20-something, then of course it's going to be awful.
It was so hard, like, just 5 minutes into it, it's like, I can't hear what they're saying, and I'm like...
I can't understand these fucking kids.
I really couldn't hear, and like, it was kind of, everything was incoherent, and then like, the acting was weird, it was just like... I don't know how you did that. Like,
Well, La Jauría is like them, like they're trying to paint like a really serious theme, but then you got people like looking at their cell phones backwards. You know, you got 30-year-olds playing like 12-year-olds. Like it's just a fucking mess everywhere. It's dumpster fire.
Yeah,
it's funny. You know, like if you watch it, like it's funny. Like you know, but yeah,
but
it's enjoyable at least.
What about the production? Like, is it...
Oh, production's good. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, the drones and everything, it works. They grabaron ahí en la Universidad de Lo Ande. There's some shots. Cerro, there's some. So it looks good, yeah. The sound is kind of off sometimes. I think that could be my TV, man. Yeah. You know, but the thing is that it's funny. So, like...
what about the Presidente? That one they told me...
I haven't seen that one yet.
They told me it was like... Now, prepare.
That has Lester,
if you're,
Lester in it, sorry. Lester has a
role. Lester's in it. Yeah, Lester's in it, like in episode 4, he told me, or something. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I had to see that one, and then I saw Nadie Sabe Que Estoy Aquí, the one that's like Del Guatón de los...
Yes.
That one's pretty good. Yeah. That one I liked.
A little bit slow, but...
It's kind of slow, yeah. But I liked it.
It was meant to be slow.
Like, yeah, it's like an introspective movie.
Yeah.
You know, to get the sightseeing of the south of Chile.
Yeah. I really like your review about Pacto de Fuga.
Oh, right, yeah, that one's also a good movie. I think Pacto de Fuga is going to be on Amazon also.
Yeah. I mean, in the series that I recorded, that I filmed this summer, Mateo Iribarren was part of it.
Okay.
And he told me he was a lot more like serious about it. I mean, he was like more pessimistic, and he told me like, for being a Chilean movie, it's gonna be good because it was. Yeah. He told me this before I watched it. So he was like, no, it's good. It's kind of good for being a Chilean movie.
Yeah, that's like the standard that we have, unfortunately. You know, like, mira, para ser chilena, you know, like, we already assume that it's going to be shit because it's from Chile.
Yeah, literally he said that. But I watch it with serious expectation, and it's good, but...
I liked it, yeah.
But the thing is, the music is like fundamental.
Yeah.
I It's
Yeah, you
it's
can tell.
amazing. It's amazing because I made the like exercise of watching this scene without the music. It was like it's nothing. It's nothing. It's like
Yeah.
no tension, no acting, nothing. The music makes the construction about it.
Yeah. It was a pretty good movie, man. Like I said, I think it's going to be on Amazon Prime now, like soon.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure David told me that he was going to be up there.
David Alvala.
Yeah. So, I guess we're at the end now of this podcast, of What Wea Podcast. A new episode has come to an end.
With our tremendous guest, Patrick
Yeah.
We want to thank
I'm
Pancho
pleased.
Germain for being here with us.
I'm
Thank you
pleased.
for sharing your insights and all other info.
Oh, I mean, thanks for inviting me. I'm honored again, really.
Honor.
And I have to ask you a little bit of things, but they are not for this podcast.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can slide into my DMs, as people say. Yeah, just write.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
just write
things
to me
about-
or
things
or
about
Chris can give
YouTube.
you my number.
Things about
Yeah.
YouTube, yeah. And
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
know you. I didn't know you have such a good English level. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I grew up in the States and then I lived in Canada afterwards, like when I finished high school.
So you're like really.
Yeah, so
Legit.
I'm like an actual gringo, just like this motherfucker here.
Ah,
There's
no.
that- all right. He's Canadian. He's mostly Canadian.
I'm
He's
mostly Canadian. Eh?
Mostly
Yeah,
Canadian.
mostly Canadian. More
It's like
Canadian
that
than
kind of-
No,
But, yeah.
Moderately
I'm
counts,
Chilean.
that kind of
I'm Chilean as fuck. I'm Chilean as fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
all this podcast has been a real effort not to mess up. But
No, but we understand though. It's really hard to get people to talk in English here because they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know, like I understand, but I kind of can't talk. So
it's really difficult
Yeah,
to
like-
think in English, like not being translating in your mind.
yeah, totally, yeah. But hey, you did pretty well, man.
Thanks.
I gotta
keep
say,
practicing.
gotta say.
Thanks a lot.
So
That's it. Yeah.
so Chris, do you have anything else to add before we close off this episode?
No, nothing. I think it was really cool. I was very excited to hear a bunch of Hermane's perspectives on all this shit.
Yeah.
It was good to get that. Yeah.
It was pretty fun, man. Okay, so thank you again, Pancho, for being here, and we'll see everybody next week on What Way Up. I don't know if it's gonna be next week, man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll see.
this is
Never
tough,
mind,
you
never
know,
mind.
like, we're trying hard, people. You know,
We're trying.
Yeah, never mind.
Never forget that. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Mwah. Besito. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.